Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, Travelingwith Jose. I'm Jose, and this is Austen Alexander, a YouTuber, a Navy YouTuber.
Hey guys.
And today, I actually want to do an interview, and we'll see what we come up with, any questions from social media, from Instagram, from YouTube that might help out. So let's get this started. Little backstory. So the other day, I was watching my Life on Board video, and after I was done watching it, his video popped up. And I couldn't believe it. Like, he did such a good job, and you should definitely check it out. I'm gonna see if I can put it up here so you guys can watch it. But I realized that this guy is in California, and I hit him up and I was like, hey, let's do a collaboration. I want to just introduce other Navy YouTubers. So now we're here. When did you decide to join the Navy? Like, what made you want to join the Navy?
Okay, so my friend Taylor Austen, actually, he if you're watching this, Taylor, what's up? One day he was like, hey man, he's like, I'm considering a career change. He's like, come to the Navy Recruiter with me. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not going to the Navy Recruiter. And he's like, come on dude, just hang out. You don't have to sign up, or you don't even have to go in. And I was like, all right, whatever. So finally he got me in there. And I walked in there and I sat down on the couch. Everything was completely quiet. And then the recruiter at the time was Chief Thornton. He was kind of just looking at me. He wasn't saying anything, and everything was chill. Taylor was up there talking to another recruiter, and finally he was like, "Hey, you," and I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "You interested in joining the Navy?" I said, "No." I was like, I don't want anything to do with the military. I'm just here for Taylor. He's like, "Okay," and he kind of he shut up. He didn't say anything. I thought it was kind of weird because usually the Marine recruiter, the Army recruiters, they're just constantly poking at me, and I thought it was weird. So I was like, all right, we were about to leave. He tapped me on the shoulder. He said, hey man, he said, check this out. He handed me a diver packet. He's like, check this out. I think you'd be really good at it. And I was like, all right, dope. So I went back, I looked through it, and 2 days later, I thought about it. I was like, I'm not really going anywhere with my career right now. I was cutting grass for the city of Florence in Alabama. And I didn't really see a big future in that. I liked it. It was a chill job, but I didn't see a future in it. And then I started looking at the bigger picture. And I was like, this is something I could definitely want to do, the Navy. So I walked in, I said, I want to be a diver. 2 days later, I said, I want to be a diver, sign me up. He said, all right, started filling out the paperwork. And I had gone to MEPS before I had even told my parents. And
how'd they take that once you actually?
I think they kind of thought I was joking, because I joke about a lot of stuff. And I was like, Mom, join the Navy. She's like, okay, Austin, do what you feel's right. I told my dad, I'm joining the Navy. He's like, boy, don't do it. He's like, you're gonna go to war. And I don't think they were taking me seriously. So that's how I kind of told them. Right before boot camp, I was like, hey Mom, I'm leaving on this date. And then finally, because I was in depth for a long time and I was training, and finally they came to realization that I was really leaving. And then that's when it started hitting.
I know you're an MA.
Yes.
So how did that happen, or because of the diver program?
Yes.
And everything? Is it changed, or how is that?
I don't believe it's changed. So a little background. So I saw the pamphlet, Special Operations Diver, Navy Diver. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So I went in to MEPS, and I was like, I want to be a diver, and I was fully qualified for it. And they're like, okay, it's a possibility that you can be a diver, but you have to be contracted first. The Navy has to have enough contracts for a diver. But they make you pick a backup rate. They said if you're not contracted by this date, then you will go in as an IT. My backup job was an IT. So they set my date out 7 months because I asked them to. I was like, set me back as far as you can. And they set me for December 9th. And I think it was like, what, April, May, March, something around in there that I depped in, and I had 7 months to get contracted. Finally, the last, I think it was like October, November, I got contracted for diver. Oh, about the reason why I'm in MA now is because I went to diver training, went through 800 Division boot camp and everything. I didn't make it through the pre-dive portion, so they sent me to a reclassifier, and that's how I repicked MA.
Okay. Yeah. And how long have you been doing that now?
I've been in Master at Arms for 4.5 years. 4 years, 4.5 years, something like that, yeah.
All that.
It's alright, it's all good. You can cut this part out anyway.
Yeah.
I can re-get my breath now. Yeah.
So day to day, what's it like I know I had some questions from people that struck MA, and they're like waiting to go to boot camp. So questions that I can't really always answer because that wasn't my path. So
okay,
what was that like?
So you can expect a lot of things. I would say the bottom of the totem pole for an MA is standing gate duty, which is where you'll come in and check IDs. Now there are lots of things that you can do as an MA. You can do harbor patrol, which is what I do specifically. You can do personnel protection, and the list goes on. But basically, pretty much, you'll probably start out doing NSF, Naval Security Forces, gate duty.
Okay, so military police, right?
Basically, yes.
So now, did you choose where you're stationed?
Now I did, yes, because I'm an E5 and I've been a Master of Arms for some time. But the first selection out of A school, I did not get to choose. No.
Nothing, not even like, I know for me it was like on a piece of paper and like maybe it was gonna happen. I just X'd out overseas. I got it. Nothing for you. They were just like, here's your orders.
Well, no, let me rephrase that. They didn't slam me with orders. Now sometimes they will, but out of A school they gave me a pick from a very distinctive list, but it was kind of more like a yes no. They're like, do you want to go PRP? I said no, and I walked out of the PRP brief and they're like, okay, you're going to Bahrain.
Okay, how was that? How's Bahrain?
Bahrain, one good is that you meet a lot of people and the culture is amazing there. The bad is it's very, very hot. I can remember looking at my phone, it was the hottest it got was 136 degrees. Like
136?
136
what?
Fahrenheit, literally. Okay. It's hot.
Did you get to travel in that area, or like, did you feel safe? Because this is the Middle East we're talking about,
Yes.
I don't know much about it, but how was that situation?
The Navy has a pretty standard protocol as far as safety, because they have something called force protection conditions, and you'll learn about this as you go into the Navy. I know you know about it. But constantly over there, we're in FEPCON Charlie, I believe, or FEPCON Bravo, which is kind of like an extra step of security. As far as feeling safe, most of the time I did feel safe over there. Now, tensions were kind of running high when I was over there between the Houthi fighters and Iran and everything, and they bombed.
Sounds intense. Yeah.
They bombed a ship that they thought was America's, the HSV-2 Swift. And also that's when Iran captured our guys, Coastal River Run Squadron, off the coast of Iran, and they took them into captivity. That was in the news and everything. So for a little bit, tensions were running high, but I pretty much felt safe the entire time I was in Bahrain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So intense, but you got through it. How long were you there?
I was there for 2 years and about a month, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever get like desperate to leave or not like it at all, or?
Okay, so
of course you probably miss your family, right?
Of course I did. When I first got to my first command, I said, oh shoot, I was like, I'm overseas. And I was like, I'm literally a 26-hour flight for my family. And I was over there by myself. I really didn't have a lot of friends when I first went over there. So I kind of went through a state where I was like, I'm all by myself. I didn't really have a lot to look forward to. And I can see how people get down a lot over there. Plus it was hot, the stress of working the long hours as NSF gate duty. And it just kind of took...
Actually, I was just about to ask, like, so what were your hours like over there too?
Okay, so when I first got there, sorry, I like to talk a lot. But,
no, you're good.
But when I first
more information, somebody will learn from this. So.
Yeah, true. When I first got there, for the first 5 or 6 months, I worked NSF, Naval Security Forces, which is the standard, checking IDs and working the gate. Okay. And sometimes you will stand post for 4 hours, 6 hours, maybe even 8 to 12 hours, just standing there checking IDs. And of course, as MAs, we wear protection. You sometimes wear a Delta helmet, which is that big helmet that makes you look like a turtle. When you're out in that heat, sometimes it is miserable. But I got pulled to the harbor patrol unit, and my life got so much better. You have to know a little bit more to be an HPU, because you have to know how to drive a boat. But I still worked 12s, but it was more relaxed schedule. Okay. Yeah.
And so, how long did it take for you to make rank?
So the first time I took the test for E4, and I didn't pick up. But the second time was a charm. I picked up E4. I think it was like an 80-something% advance rate. So when I left Bahrain after 2 years, I was in E4. When I got to my next command, I pretty much picked up pretty quickly.
Okay, which was here?
No, this was, so I've been at 3 commands. So
Okay, so then what came after Bahrain?
after Bahrain, I was slammed with these orders to VFA 2 Lemoore, which is a squadron.
Ooh. And like, if you're in the Navy and Lemoore ever comes up, that's bad news. It's a not a cool place to be in.
Have you been?
No, but I've heard the horror stories.
Yeah,
Or it's not a nice place.
Well, yeah, it's not. I mean, it's a peaceful
It's
place.
dull. It's dull. Sorry if you're from
very
Lemoore.
dull.
Sorry if you're from Lemoore, but it's dull.
It's a dull place. Lots of cows, lots of orchards. That's it.
Oh, so no big city nearby, nowhere to party.
The closest city is Fresno. It's 45 minutes north.
Okay. How long were you there?
I was there for about a year. Yeah.
Okay.
I got there, and they're like, "No, you're not going to go on deployment." I got there, and they're like, "We're going on deployment." I was like, "All right." So I went on deployment, and then I left about 4 or 5 months after deployment. Yeah.
Okay. And were you excited for deployment? Like, did you look anything up? Did you ask other friends
Well,
in the military or what?
yes.
How was that?
Of course I did. I know, like most of you watching these videos right now, you're probably going to the military or just got into the military. I was watching videos like crazy, and I was trying to get as much insight as I can. And I stress this a lot to people. But the only thing that I got out of it was deployment sucks. Deployment's horrible. Deployment, and it gave me a negative mindset about deployment. So when I first got there, I was super depressed. I was like, oh God, I'm going on deployment. I'm having to leave. I'm going to be out.
You're going to be stuck on a ship.
On a ship for like 6-7 months. And
wait, so you guys didn't pull in anywhere, or?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We hit 5 ports actually. But what I was going to say is, I enjoyed deployment. I did.
After all that, you did?
Yep. Despite reading all the negative comments and everything, I enjoyed it.
What was your schedule like on deployment?
I had it easy on deployment, I'll be the first to say. So I usually work days or swings when I was on deployment. So I would wake up about 5, get off about 12 or 1, and it was pretty much easy.
I think 5 a.m. to 12, till
12 p.m.
Oh.
So I worked 8-hour days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
I know for you.
That's not bad.
For you, it was different.
It was
you were working 12s every day.
It was
right?
12s, but then on top of the 12s, it's the meetings that take place afterwards, or somebody messes up and we're stuck, or we go to sleep and then we get called back to work because the prior shift was the one that kind of messed up. So yeah, it was kind of intense. So not bad. I know a lot of people ask about which rate to pick. You going in, did you learn about any other rates?
Not really. I honestly didn't even care anything.
So were you kind of like an open book, like whatever happens, whatever job I get, I get?
Yeah, going in, I knew I wanted to be a diver 100%. I didn't look at anything else.
Oh, okay. Did you like think, oh, what if that doesn't work out?
No, I didn't.
No? Okay.
No. And I think if anybody is going into special programs, you should not be thinking, what if I fail? What if I, don't succeed? Because if you're thinking that, you're probably not going to succeed.
Another question I have for you is, do you see yourself being in the Navy maybe 20 years, or how much more?
No, right now I don't see myself being in for 20 years. Now, that could change within the next year or 2, but as far as it goes, right now I have 2 years and about 2 months left of my active duty contract. So right now I'm just going to play it out. I'm not going to make any big decisions just yet.
So if you made it this far, I hope you learned a lot of information. Definitely check him out on YouTube channel, Instagram, and I really hope you make it, and I really hope you make it on YouTube, and are able to help a lot of other people.
Thank you.
And girls. So check him out. This is kind of random how it happened. It just happened. I'm here in California.
Yeah.
Here in California, so
and I just found you on the street. I was like, hey, you're that dude from YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much. And do you have any last words for anybody that might be watching?
Yeah, guys, I just want to say, hey, thanks for checking out this video. You're a pretty cool dude. I mean, I've known you for about 45 minutes now, but I like this guy. He's pretty easy to talk to. So yeah, I have a few Navy videos. If you want to check them out, my channel is Austen Alexander, kind of like Jane Austen, not Austin, Texas. And find me on Instagram, just type in Austen. I'm sure I'll pop up there somewhere. Feel free to ask me some questions if you want. And yeah, just know that I'm here. So thanks for watching this video.
Until next video, guys, I'll see you around. Take care. Bye.